Hi, how are you doing? It is Atina here, the artist, creator, one-of-a-kind maker on the carnivore diet. I wanted to share with you a couple pretty cool things that I have figured out, but one of them is kind of a not, I mean, so when I first heard it, when I first heard people were saying, well, it's going to be incredibly difficult and you can completely ruin your diet, at least I swear I came across it on a couple videos. Come here, honey. Come here. And what they were talking about was making sure that you don't have, like, for instance, you know, when I was talking about that I have a donut day. Now, although I haven't been eating donuts, okay, but I have been having treats here and there, and I realized I had to admit that I have a sugar problem. Like, I am addicted to sugar. I'm just gonna come out and say it and admit it. So I kind of wanted to post a video really fast about how that I believe that this could really make it a lot harder for people. Like, if it's this hard for me, and I'm somebody who's very goal-oriented and I can accomplish something and things are easy for me. Well, some things aren't, but when I really focus on something, I feel like it's relatively easy for me. And this has been tricky. I've really had to admit. I've had to admit that I'm not where I want to be at this point. And did I, like, in a way, I shouldn't really, I don't want to really use the term failing at it. Yeah, that this is something that could really disappoint or I don't want to say make you feel like you're failing at it, but it does sometimes make me feel like I'm failing at it. It's just kind of a thing where it is the one thing that has been a hookup to me has been the sugar. So I did come across a video, and I don't know if this is helpful for you or not, but I wanted to share what I have been doing, how I feel about it. I love it, but I'm not sure how it's really helping. But I just kind of wanted to give it a suggestion, and please leave in the comments below if you have also tried this, if it has helped you as other people have claimed. But what I have been doing is consuming a lot more butter, so putting the fat back in, something encouraging my body to try and burn that rather than craving the sugars to burn sugar glucose instead. And I'm not a nutritionist, so it's not complicated. It's actually quite simple, but I wanted to see if that would work for me too. Like, when I haven't been so diligent about when I'm craving sugar, specifically do butter, but it's been enough that I think it has helped, and so I wanted to recommend that. So one of the things that I've been doing that I love a lot, again, granted I put a little honey in it, so you tell me what you think about that in the comments below. That, yeah, I do put a little honey in it, and a lot of people would consider that a sugar. But I'm trying to get to the point where maybe that's like the only sugar I put in my body. So what I do is I make myself a really nummy hot drink. I use distilled water. I use 1 tablespoon or a little bit more, approximately 1 tablespoon of butter. I prefer the butter that's the Irish butter, just salt and butter. I put that in to the distilled water that's really hot, and a little bit of honey, a tablespoon of honey. And I have 2 flavorings right now, but I do want to try the amaretto as well. The 2 flavorings are peppermint, and I'll either use the peppermint or I'll use the pumpkin spice. And they're both kind of a holiday-like flavorings. And then you just stir it up really well, and it becomes a very rich drink. I mean, it's really good. And I know what's in it, right? So I know exactly pretty much how much honey is in it. And it just, so I don't, because if you probably don't know me, but I don't drink sodas. I don't drink, in general. Once in a great while, it's just not good for you. And once in a great while, I might have a drink, like a beer or something, right? Generally, I just wanted to share that with you. And again, leave in the comments below, have you tried things like this? Have you also had this hang up where so much of our food and our processed foods nowadays have a form of sugar in them? and it just encourages us to eat more and more and more, so it's very easy to get overweight. And to me, I've just kind of decided I want to cut out all processed foods, but that's been challenging for me. I think one of the only unprocessed, although I have a bite of, who I live with, they eat a bunch of processed foods, so I'll have a bite of their food once in a while. But I think the only like truly processed is sometimes we have a pizza day, so we make the pizza, or chocolate. But anyway, it's mostly to stay away from vegetable oils too. There's so much stuff and stuff. Anyway, I thought that might be helpful to you. I just wanted to share that recipe with you, and to share that, yeah, I had to admit I'm addicted to the sugar. I ate processed food my whole life, and there's sugar in almost every form of processed food. It's been an interesting thing to me, but I did lose the weight, a lot of the weight, very quickly. I do like where I'm at, but I kind of want to like still kind of get really toned. I want to get really toned. Who doesn't, right? So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I do feel like I'm still detoxing quite a bit. Oh, and the other thing too, I don't know if I can say it's exclusively because of the butter drinks that I'm making. I'm not sure why, because I'm not doing the electrolyte drinks to prevent muscle cramping, but I haven't been muscle cramping. Like, it was only close like one night, but I haven't been, and I'm like, is that because of my butter drinks? I don't know. Maybe one of you knows if whether or not that butter drink helps, because there's a little bit of salt in the butter, whether or not that's actually preventing me from having the cramps. I'm just curious that it seems like, I don't know. Anyway, you let me know, because you probably know more about this than I do, but that's kind of where I'm at. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed and you're into the whole, I do art, garden, and health. That's what this channel is all about, is art, garden, and health, and creative ideas and fun stuff like that. Be sure to follow or subscribe if you are interested, and otherwise please leave the comments, and we're all here to share, and have an amazing day or week. Bye everyone.